I know this isn't the usual case, partner. But it shouldn't take too long. The truth is, this is my aunt's house. She thinks her husband's gone missing. Well, his urn, anyway. He's been dead almost 5 years. She lives here with my other aunt, Elaine, and Uncle Boris. My mom used to bring me here on the weekends. They spoil me absolutely rotten. Now, they've been here forever, so you'll have to take them with a grain of salt. Let me go talk to them first.
Jimmy, you came. Thank you.
Auntie Elaine? Uncle Boris?
Hello, James.
So, what's happened?
Margaret's got herself worried.
Worried? My husband's disappeared.
His ashes?
Exactly. Marcus is gone. We've got to find him.
Don't look at me.
Where was the last place you saw him?
On the mantel. That's where he's always been. Elaine, where is he?
Don't look at me. I haven't touched him.
You have. You hate him being up there.
It's morbid, but I wouldn't touch him.
I've searched the whole house, James. Everywhere. She's done something with him.
Margaret!
You've searched everywhere?
Everywhere. Oh, except the basement. The stairs are too much.
Well, don't look at me. I hate going down there. And as for Boris, I don't think he's been down there since the Cold War.
Yeah, well, I think we'll take a look down there.
Let them look if they want, Margaret.
Thanks, Elaine.
Dive! Dive!
I'll be right back. My aunt says she searched the house, and she searched it. Trust me. So if that urn's anywhere, it's gonna be down here. And I need you to find it. I know this place is a mess, but is that bread? Good luck, partner. I really appreciate this. We're doing them a favor, but that's no reason to relax. You'll need to work through this room carefully, piece by piece. A stale loaf of rye. Does that seem out of place to you, partner? Whoever sliced it up sure wasn't paying attention. I wonder how Rambo's knife got down here. There's a lot of junk down here. I'm going to talk to Elaine, see if we can't narrow this urn hunt down.
Would you like a cup of tea, Jimmy?
Oh, no thank you, Maggie.
You know what she's like, James. Always blaming other people for her problems. I may be old, but I take responsibility for myself.
When did you see the urn last?
Oh, a week maybe? Just before Margaret realized it was missing.
And you didn't touch it?
No, James. Things go missing. It happens. And then they turn up again.
So things have been going missing?
Well, yes. Well, my hairbrush, a ring, that's no mystery. We lose things sometimes. The way things disappear from the fridge, it's almost like Marcus was still alive. And then there's Boris's hat and his medals. I don't know what happens. It's always been like that, don't you find?
Things I put in my fridge tend to stay there. But I think I'm getting an idea. Remember what Elaine said. food's been going missing. There's definitely a theme here. See if you can find any more, partner. Butter. Okay. You'll want to check the expiry date before you eat that, partner. What is that? Dried meat? All this food down here, like someone was making sandwiches. But why in the basement? It's making me curious. And hungry. Chutney. It's like relish. The perfect addition to any sandwich. That's one interesting sculpture. Marcus loved that sort of thing. Something tells me it didn't come with that hat, though. Didn't Elaine say Boris's hat was missing? The camera's full, partner. You should head to the van and analyze the evidence. Welcome to the crime van, partner. Your shots are in the computer. I got you prints from the family to compare against any you find in the basement, but you'll need to register them first. There's DNA there. We need to identify it. I'll get exemplars from the family for you to compare against. The DNA in the hair pomade was Boris's. I guess he likes the wet look. But the prints on the container were Maggie's. Why would she have brought it down here? It's a salt grinder, and the salt's fresh. Someone's been doing some seasoning down there. Would you believe that's butter on the blade? So you found a chemical on the hat. Petroleum jelly. It's used in practically everything. We need to narrow down the possibilities somehow. It's pork. Shaved ham, to be specific. The kind you put in a sandwich. I'd like to know what it's doing in a basement that no one's been in for months. It's made of raisins, plums, onions, and sugar. In India, they call it chutney. I call it flavor goop. The expiry date is still a way off, so it must have come down here recently. Somehow. First bread, now butter. What's next? Turkey? The expiry date is still a way off, so it must have come down here recently. Somehow. Computers are good, but they can't do everything. If your evidence isn't in the DNA or print database, then you have to link it manually, like a fiber from a shirt, for example. Drag your shots from the stack onto the evidence board. If one has a chain link symbol, it may link to other evidence. Don't worry if it sounds complex. You'll get the hang of it in no time. That chemical you found on the hat is hair pomade. Boris's hair goop. So it's his hat. Good find, partner. Now, how did it get there? The butter from the basement is the same stuff you found on the knife. Like someone was using it to spread with. They're war medals. Remember, partner? Elaine said Boris's had gone missing. Nice spotting, partner. Didn't Elaine mention something about a brush? There's a lot of things down here that could be urns. You'll need to check anything you find in the crime van. A ring inside a giant metal fly. It's the oldest trick in the book. Elaine said she lost the ring, too. Get it to the van, partner. Let's see if it's hers. Hey, it's Murray, the demonic skull. Cremation never burns everything. If you find Marcus's urn, the ashes will have traces of his DNA. There's ash in this urn. We need to know if it's Marcus's. Check it with the microscope. So the print on that urn was Maggie's, plus there was ash in it, and traces of Marcus's DNA. I think you found the urn, partner. Good work. But let's hold off telling Maggie just yet. I want to know how it got down to the basement. That sleeping mask was an odd thing to find in a basement. But to judge by the DNA on it, it was Maggie's. They say one man's junk is another man's treasure. I'm not the other man. So the DNA on that ring was Elaine's, which means it's the one she mentioned losing. Good work, partner. So the DNA on those metals was Boris's. But the prints were Maggie's. Now, why would that be?
Boris, it's James.
Janice?
Have you lost your medals?
The General. He's here.
Your medals.
My medals, you mean? Disappeared, they have. Vanished like a rabbit.
We found these in the basement.
My medals?
Can you think of how they got there?
Where were they?
In the basement.
Baseball? Hate it.
Basement, Boris. Have you been down there lately?
We have a basement.
We won't get an answer out of Boris. We're gonna have to find them ourselves. The DNA in the hair from that brush is Elaine's, so it's her brush. But the print is Maggie's. She hasn't used it, but she's had it in her hand. Strange. Shoes are often helpful, but not this time, partner. There's a piece of fabric on this saw. Good work, partner. That piece of fabric is a lightweight cotton. I took the liberty of seeing if my aunts had any clothes which might match it. I'll send them through to you. That piece of fabric, it came from Maggie's gown. I find that interesting. Don't you, partner? So she's definitely been down here. Question is, how recently? Now, there's several things that could be urns down here. But even if you do find it, that's half the job. Let's figure out how it got down here. Look for trace evidence. Any details that could tell a story, how it traveled from up there to down here. That's what we do. The how is just as important as the what. Look for prints and other trace evidence. Things people may have touched or brushed against. That's how we'll solve this, partner, by looking to the details. It's an urn, or a jar. Either way, check it out, partner. Good thinking, partner, but it's not an urn. It's a decanter. For whiskey. And by the look of Boris, it's seen some use. That's a coffee urn, not the kind we're looking for, partner. Though I could do with a coffee. Maggie's photo collection isn't exactly well ordered. But it's a good idea to check photos. They've got a story to tell. It's a straw hat. I doubt it's Boris's. But check it out in the van anyway. How many urns can one basement have? You'll have to analyze its contents to find out if it's what we're looking for. Good spotting, partner. That could be the urn. It's an old wine chest, but those are just empty bottles. And I'd say most of it went into Boris. The prints on that urn were Elaine's, but there was no sign of any ash in it. Good hunting, partner, but it isn't our urn. Nope, that's not our urn. There was a fingerprint on that urn you found. It was Boris's, but it was ancient. And there was no ash there either. So I need you to keep looking, partner. They say one man's junk is another man's treasure. I'm not the other man. Partner, are you looking for evidence? Or starting a junk shop? I think that's taken up north of here. But the city hasn't looked like that in a while. Golf? Anyone? That won't be doing the Tour de France anytime soon. That's my great-grandfather, Wallace Burton. He was quite the chess player, apparently. It's Marcus when he was younger. People tell me I look like him. I don't see the resemblance. That's my great-great-great-granduncle Frederick. He came here from Germany. He was a magistrate. I guess you could say law runs in the family. Marcus used to tell the most outlandish stories. He knew a lot about animals. I guess it rubbed off on me. It's Marcus, with a northern fur seal. From the genus Calorhinus, I believe. They're dangerous, actually. He should have known that. That's Maggie's husband, Marcus, in Alaska. He was the adventuring type. It's a shame what happened. Maggie's prints were all over that photo, which is fair enough, I suppose. What's surprising is, they were so recent. Partner, are you looking for evidence? Or I don't think that's gonna tell us anything useful. That's a lot of wine. Unless your name is Boris, of course. Then it's just enough. Marcus used to take me hunting with that rifle. Thing is, I could never bring myself to kill an animal. It's a big radio, but I've seen bigger. Now how about that urn? It just wouldn't be a basement without a dozen half-empty paint cans. I can't stand it when people don't water their plants. Hey, another urn. This one looks promising. Get it to the crime van, partner. Is that another urn? I gave that to Aunt Maggie years ago. It was my biggest fan. Now I've got a bigger one. There was no... You've found Maggie's prints and DNA all over the place. It's like she's been stockpiling stuff down here. I think I'll go talk to her. Again.
Aunt Maggie, are you sure you haven't been going down to the basement?
Of course.
Could you have gone down there and forgotten?
I knew it. Knew what?
She sleepwalks.
I do not.
Really?
Yes.
Because that might...
She never remembers.
My memory works just fine.
You forget you've forgotten.
That's not true at all.
Well, walk about last Christmas when all those decorations went missing. Where were they?
You hid them, just like you hid Marcus.
Just
That's the
touch
same
them.
thing.
Why would I do that?
Oh, because you just like taking things, that's why.
Did you hear that, partner? Aunt Maggie sleepwalks, which could explain how all that stuff ended up in the basement without her remembering. So let's get that urn back to its owner. But there's just one more thing. There's nothing useful. There are a lot of interesting... They say... Keep looking, partner. It can be hard to tell if something's evidence or if it's junk, but I'm pretty sure which this is. That's a Siamese fireback pheasant, and it's seen better days. I never understood taxidermy. Are those pickles? I don't know about you, but I keep mine in the fridge. I spent some time in Africa as a kid. That's a dik-dik. Marcus must have brought it back from one of his trips. It's a pheasant, I think a bronze tail. But it's nothing to do with this case, partner. It's a female yellow-crested grebe. But most people would just call it a duck. A plastic duck. Reminds me of a gift I got at my wedding. They said it would bring good luck. Shows what they knew. It can be hard to I don't... It can be... So the prints on those pickles were Maggie's. I'm not sure what that jar was doing down there, but it was a fresh print, which is always interesting. My great-great-grandmother Ursula was really into the outdoors. It's a bunch of women in hats standing around a log. Okay. There's nothing useful here, partner. Well, you found the urn, partner. And a whole lot of other evidence, too. Seems to point in one direction. To poor Aunt Maggie. The thing is, I don't know if I can tell her the truth or not. I think I might need you to make a decision for me on this. What do you think? Do I tell them the whole story, or let sleeping dogs lie? Okay, good. The whole truth, and nothing but.
Oh, the urn. Where had she hidden it?
Oh, Margaret, you're unbelievable.
Maggie, you have been sleepwalking.
See?
You've been waking up in the middle of the night, taking things down to the basement.
What things?
Well, first you took food from the fridge, then Boris's medals and his hat, and you took Marcus's urn down there.
What for?
I think you were spending time with him, with Marcus's photographs. Well, Maggie, I think you were making him sandwiches.
Well, James, you found our culprit. I knew I could depend on you.
Oh, James, thank you.
Well, that wasn't a typical day on the job. But thanks for sorting that out. They'll be, well, I'll have to find something else to argue about for a while. Now, let's go solve a real case.